embodiment. A message from Jesus, Jeshua, channeled by Pamela Kribbe. Dear friends, I am very pleased to be with you and to have my energy commingle with yours. You are radiant beings of light, and you have no idea of the strength and beauty that you demonstrate daily in your life. Even though the outlook is dark at times, and sometimes you feel exhausted from trying to move forward in your life, you are ever courageous. You need to be aware of the incredible courage and power that you demonstrate day after day. You continually bring more and more light onto earth just through your being here. By anchoring yourself in your body, you spread your light on earth. You are the living light on earth, and your body is part of that embodiment. You incarnated here with a purpose, with a deep intention. You are here for yourself, to bloom inwardly, and to deeply experience and know every part of yourself. But you are also here for the earth, for this planet, and to inspire and nourish her with your angel light. Your body is composed of the same elements as the earth and the kingdoms of the plants and the animals. That is what you share with them. You are not separate from the life around you. The body is a wonder in itself. Consider all those tiny cells in your body and how they know their separate roles as well as how to work together as a unified whole. They give expression to a higher power, and that higher power is you, the soul that lives in your body. Your soul is the inspirer and giver of your life. Thanks to your soul's choice, the body it has chosen for this lifetime has come into being, this particular body with everything that gives you pleasure, as well as all that is painful and burdensome. We will now take a look at this body, and feel the wonder of being embodied, although experiencing this embodiment is not always easy for you. And one of the reasons why it is difficult to experience the wonder and the beauty of the body is that your culture is the result of a tradition that has become alienated from the body. It is not commonplace in your culture to view the body as a living intelligence, as a field of consciousness with which the individual soul is intimately connected. There are many reasons why this view of the body has not been taught to you, and one of those reasons goes back to the time before Christ. It began in the time of the Greeks, when a way of thinking emerged that you would now call rational thinking. There emerged a way of looking at the world where the ego became central. The ego that sees itself as something other than what it perceives. Nature, and with it the body, then became slowly objectified and seen as something that exists independent of you. What is external to you could then become the subject of study, and this is the beginning of the development of science. Later, in the Western tradition of the 17th century, modern science emerged, and the dualism between ego consciousness and the world of the body and of nature increased even further. There emerged a dualism where matter was seen more and more as something lifeless, the body as a piece of clay, as it were, something that does not possess a living consciousness. The emergence of medical science was only made possible through objective study. The soul, or the individuality of the person, was thought to be irrelevant. It was thought to be not important, because the body was seen as a material entity that is the same in everyone. This objective view of life makes it possible to classify types of illnesses and to invent medicines. a complete science can be developed on such a dualistic worldview. I do not say that this view is wrong, only that it has become a tradition in your culture, and it still exists. In modern times, you can also see that tradition in a very different way in your cosmetics industry. Look at how beauty is experienced in your culture. It has become something objective. There is a certain image of beauty that can be measured. Such and such dimensions are ideal for a female or a male body. The complexion and texture of the skin, and the facial features, even when they change over time, are always subject to objective evaluation, something outside you, upon which you should rely for judgments. Disease and health are also judged in such terms. If a body is ill, there must be something wrong with it and therefore it should be made well. The body is here viewed as like dead clay, or a type of mechanism. You are thus living in a dualistic tradition, and what is most near to you, what you reside in and day out, your body, is no longer something with which you are naturally and intimately connected. You have become alienated from it. There were early times on Earth which had a quite different view. Seen through modern eyes, people then lived in a kind of mythical era in which they believed that everything was connected to everything else. You could talk with trees or animals or plants, and all those non-human creatures were carriers of something that was meaningful. Nature itself was full of meaning. There was a flow of life that went through the animals and the trees and the plants, and they were all interconnected. However, there were also disadvantages to that naturalistic view, because people who believed in it could sometimes fall prey to what we now call superstition and fear, the fear of the forces of nature and the gods who were hidden behind and within nature. It was an earlier tradition, and science, and the rational way of thinking that is the foundation of the sciences, has put an end to that tradition. Unfortunately, the scientific, objective view has led to a very unnatural schizophrenic split in your culture and in your perception of yourself. Just think how different is the view that you are able to continually experience your body from within. How does it feel inside? Is it hungry or thirsty? Does it feel fine or tense? Does it feel pleasure or pain? There is a constant inner sensing of what the body feels. From the opposite point of view, you look at and judge your body from without, of what it should be according to an image of the body that is perceived externally. What should the body be able to perform? Where should it be now in its development? What should it look like? Does it fulfill those external standards that are imposed upon you? Usually, if you are dealing with illness and complaints, you go to a doctor who represents the scientific, objective tradition of dualism. A doctor who can tell you what is wrong with you, what medications are available, and what the prognosis is based on the type of complaints you have. However, all this is done without you having made any connection with the energy field that is your body. The doctor also does not pay attention to that energy field and does not connect with it. He merely looks at the symptoms and diagnoses them, then classifies and determines where they fit into a bigger picture he has acquired so he can take the necessary action based on that knowledge. At the same time, your body gives continual signals that are unique to you, and they sometimes do not fit with the general rules and ideas you get from outside yourself, such as from a doctor. It is extremely important for you to again awaken to your body from within, and to allow your body to be the yardstick for your actions relative to it. If you are sick, or have physical complaints, you need to go inside yourself, and from there find the basis of how to handle these complaints and symptoms. Only afterward should you look to the outside world where something can be of service to you, say a doctor, or an opinion, or something you read. However, those outside inputs come only secondarily. What comes initially is the inward connection with your body, and to do that, you need to first believe differently than what the culture tells you. You need to let go of the whole idea of the body as a mechanism, as matter without consciousness. You should come to really believe that your body can be your guide, that it can give you answers, that it has in itself a natural intelligence and wants to be of service to you, that it is divinely inspired. I want to ask you, at this time, to take a moment to intimately connect with your body. And you can do that by paying attention to your breath, to feel how it flows through your chest and into your abdomen, and then direct your attention to your feet. Take your awareness to the soles of your feet, and feel how they touch the ground. Feel not only the bones and skin of your feet, but feel the energy field in and around your feet. This energy field is not readily perceptible, but you can do it. Perhaps you feel a little tingle, or maybe something else, but whatever you are able to sense is helpful. Then observe your hands with the same attentive awareness. Imagine that your hands are full of consciousness, made perceptible by your attention. Let your awareness extend to the tips of your fingers, and feel there is something more to your hands than just their material form. Feel a vital, energetic presence in and around your hands, and you may also see or sense a soft glow. Now, I ask you to allow your attention and awareness to extend throughout your entire body. But do not make this into too much of an effort. This is not a mental exercise. It is a bringing of your attention to something that is already there. A living body is not something you have to acquire, and it is not something you have to earn. Simply feel, from head to toe, the living field that already surrounds you. Try to sense and feel the totality of your energy, field and body as a living entity. Imagine that this silent flow of energy, which is always there throughout your body, wants to tell you something. The first thing your body wants to tell you is that it is consciousness, the living light that wants to serve you. Your body is there for you. It gives you the ability to express yourself, and it would like to be at your service. And if you are suffering from pain or illness, then let us look at how that has come about. The body itself always strives for balance. All the cells in your body are oriented toward that end, they work and build toward balance. Even as you get older, and your body loses its vitality, all cells are focused on creating balance. It is possible to be older in a very gracious way, without a lot of pain and effort. This is possible from the body itself even when the body is genetically taxed. There is such an incredibly powerful, vital energy present in your body that allows it to heal and bring itself into balance, even when imbalance has been extreme. have faith in your body's ability to balance and heal itself. The forces of nature are very strong. Just look around you at the sea and the sun. Know that your body is built from the same living matter and the same consciousness as those natural elements. Just think of the ocean, feel the eternal rolling of the waves, and the inexhaustible renewal in that movement, the self-cleansing power. Or an old big oak tree that has withstood everything, wind, rain, sunshine. Your body is also very strong, for it is made of the same elements. Now, it is true that a human is a very complicated being. You, as a soul, have had a vast amount of experience in the earthly reality, some of which has resulted in negative emotions. Feelings of anxiety, sadness, pain, anger, you name it. These emotions can act on the body, and over time the body gets out of balance. Emotions are also very powerful forces. Their energies are very strong and can act upon the body where they may create blockages at an energetic level. The awareness of your body that I mentioned earlier serves you there, however, because the body awareness sees the soul as its master. When the soul is experiencing constant anger, or some depressing emotion, the body will eventually absorb it into its awareness and give way to it, so to speak. The emotions can then take hold of the body and take the form of complaints or disease. The body is still doing its best to restore the natural state of balance, but if the emotions are all pervasive, and a person does not have the ability to feel through and transform those emotions, then illness may be the result. It is important to note that the origin of a disease is almost always emotional. What creates the most havoc with the body are the emotions you experience in life, the spiritual pain that you gather. And there are reasons for this. It is not that there is some external judgment about the emotion and your reaction to it, but rather that it is important for you to know your emotions from within so the body can help you deal with them. By connecting again with the natural awareness of your body, which strives for balance, you can detect which emotions are depressing you, or blocking you. I want to ask you to now do just that. Earlier we connected with the living energy field of the body itself, the undercurrent that is always there, and with the natural intelligence of the body. And now imagine that you also have an emotional body. In the esoteric tradition, the body consciousness has been called the etheric body, whereas the emotional body is called the aura, or the astral body, and is something that extends beyond your physical body. Let us now imagine, for a moment, that there is an energy field around you, and it is composed of the energies of changing moods and emotions. Imagine that this energy field around you extends outwardly about 3 feet from your body. I am going to ask you a few things about that field, so try to hold on to the first impression that comes to mind without thinking about it. You are in the middle of that energy field. Is it peaceful or is there tenseness within it? And if there is tenseness, where do you feel the tension located in the energy field? Is it before you or behind you? Allow your attention to go to that spot in your emotional body where you feel tense because of pressures from external events in your life. And simply allow it to be. You need not attempt to fix it, just know where it is. Then go to a place in your body where it is quiet and calm. Find that place in your energy field where you are peaceful. Perhaps happy memories arise spontaneously from a time when you felt relaxed, or from a situation where you felt joyful. Feel that energy for a moment. Finally, imagine you are a magnificent angel. You stand behind yourself and you encompass, within your light and your wings, both your aura, your emotional body, and your physical body and the etheric field it contains. With loving respect, the angel you embraces your entire being. And because this magnificent angel who you are, is filled with wisdom and compassion and strength, you therefore feel understood and loved and supported. The embodiment of your soul, your body, wants things to be well with you. It strives for equilibrium and for balance and, in a sense, it is also your guide. And from the other side, there is the angel you who cherishes you and who is unconditionally there for you. This angelic being is your higher self, this is you. And in between the two is your astral body, in which emotions can become stuck or blocked. Try to accept right now as it is, just allow now to be as it is. And have respect for who you are, because you are the brave ones among the angels. You have taken this journey for yourself, although not only for yourself. You have come here and have descended into the deepest darkness, so convinced are you of the light that bears everything in the cosmos, the light that infuses all. The smallest branch and leaf of a tree, the smallest beetle and blade of grass, are imbued with living light. Feel that both the forces of nature, as well as the spiritual powers of heaven, are with you to support you on this path, the road of transforming heavy emotional moods into light and knowledge and understanding. You are not alone, we are right beside you. And remember that your body is your friend, your ally, and along with the angel you, wants to help you to bloom. Accept what is the truth, that you are brave, that you are mature, that you are a beautiful being. Believe in your own wealth and the treasures available to you, and you will find you experience more light-heartedness and relaxation in your body. There is healing for you, believe in it. Jeshua. Copyright Jeshua.net. Permission is granted to copy and redistribute this article on the condition that the URL www.jeshua.net is included as the resource and that it is distributed freely. Email, aurelia@jeshua.net